Hey YouTube, this is Southern Purple One and welcome to Boots on the Ground. Let's get right into it. Our small business of the day is actually just a review of two we've had. They sent me nice, thankful emails and I want to share something with you. Thank you so much for the shout out for the National Ladies Homesteading Gathering. So far we have over 90 new subscribers to our newsletter, loads of folks joining the Facebook and different group pages, and tons of requests to join our private network. It is incredible and wonderful. That brings great joy to me. This is the purpose of this channel, is to educate people, but also to bring them together. Community is something that it's nice to do in the flesh, but if you can't do that, at least a community of people that can really talk to each other and help each other prepare and just live life. Also, the soap company that I mentioned, they sent me a nice email. Thank you so much for the business shout out. Your kindness and support helped our business out immensely. Your viewers are very, very, very nice and generous, and we are very grateful. So, if you want to have a business shout out, send it to me. I got a whole list of them, so I will get to you. I appreciate the viewers of this channel supporting small businesses, and that's the key. Let's get right into it. Lots to cover. I live in the suburbs, and it's a typical stick and brick home. I've been prepping since my recovery from the financial loss experience from the loss of job. I guess for several months they were out of work. My initial goal was 6 months of food and shelter, mortgage, utilities, etc. I have exceeded that, except for water. I have several 4-gallon bottles of drinking water, but that's certainly not sufficient for us. I thought about rain collection, but my house, like 99.9% of the subdivision homes, have composite shingles, and research suggests it's not good for human consumption. So my collected rainwater is for the garden and the toilet use. I have a 500-gallon above ground tank, so that's awesome. But your recent presentation showing a great collection from a simple tarp setup got me thinking, and now my water problem is one less to worry about. Why? Basically what they did was they went out and bought some tarps, got some rope, and they definitely have themselves now a rain collection system. And they said, of course, it still needs to be filtered and boiled. So thank you so much for providing a solution for one of a worrying problem that I had. This is, a lady said that, I think it's a phone company, Bark and Carolina West phone companies. They had some outages yesterday. But I think they're all restored now, but that just shows you, think about a backup communication plan. How are you going to communicate with loved ones? This person said, I was in Auburn, Maine yesterday with my teenage daughter shopping at BJ's. I noticed higher prices from just a month ago and much less available in the butter and cheese cooler. The meat section, as well as other items I needed, looked okay. The girls wanted fries and soda at Burger King before going home, and to their surprise, there was no soda due to CO2 shortage for the fountain drinks. We've been fortunate to almost always get what we need here, but continuing to prepare for what is inevitable. Thanks for all you do to help keep people informed, and that informed is because you guys provide me with the information. I'm just a clearinghouse. You guys take the credit for sending me reports. I appreciate it. This person lives in East Tennessee, in the home of one of the largest producers of chicken and feed in the United States. Friends here in the industry are saying something is going on with the commercial feed. It has a strange chemical and rotten smell now. The quality is getting progressively lower each month, and they're seeing way higher rates of tumors in chickens. Those chickens are still valid for sale and used in processed chicken products. Be careful what you eat. Thank you for that warning. This is the Platte River near Grand Island, Nebraska, is completely dry. Experts are saying there's no concern at this time. This was a sign at a Subway. They took a picture. I think 2 people actually took the same picture of the sign. They cannot accept coupons. They listed some meats. There was 4 different meats. And they said the prices of the meats have gone up 35%, their cost, in 1 week. And they said, please be understanding about that. So yes, everything's going to go up. Subway's going to have to raise their prices. You cannot absorb a 35% increase on meat and not pass it along. I live in rural west central Alabama, and the local water board is increasing their rates by 50%. Usually we average about $50 a month for our water bill, but now is going to be $75 a month. The board said this is due to an increased supply chain and staffing issues. No advance notice was given by direct mail, newspaper, or social media. It may be time to start drilling for water. Sending this in case you want to inform listeners from other parts of the country. This person bought powdered eggs, 1 can at Walmart 3 weeks ago. It cost $24. Decided to go yesterday to get another one. Now it is $80. This is a NICU nurse in southeastern Ohio. I've been doing this for over a decade. Over the past couple years during the pandemic, they had started forcing myself and other nurses to work outside of my unit. So now I have to deal with violent patients in the ER, doing one-to-one coverage for suicidal risk patients, and floating to floors where I'm not comfortable, as I have specialized in my training, I guess, in neonatal. I am also seeing discrimination against nurses who are not. I was granted an exception, but they forced us to wear N95s the whole time we were at the hospital and must be segregated from other humans to eat lunch, take a drink, or even have a break. They're also censoring doctors and healthcare professionals who speak out against, you know, this. I'm also hearing a huge increase of stroke alerts being called overhead on the paging system, way more than I ever had in the past. What is going on? Question mark. I feel that this is contributing to nurse burnout, and I will definitely be leaving the workforce if this continues, and this will complicate our nursing shortages and healthcare crisis even more. Hey Dave, I just want to get the wheels turning for folks with regards to buying food now. No longer can we do the one-stop shop as many have seen. We can no longer get all the items we need from one place. My suggestion is to think long-term for the best results. Milk. Many have said it spoiled early, smelled bad, etc. Start buying dried milk only. Stock up, as we know it's hit or miss finding this product now. Lunch meat. If you're lucky enough to find it now, the prices are high and poor quality. Start buying canned meat. It's only a little bit more expensive, and you don't have to worry about it spoiling. We make chicken salad, turkey salad now for lunches. Canned meat also works for main course meals as well, so canned products can give you more variety of use. Keystone can be bought by Amazon, some at Walmart, Meijer store. But reading the reviews, it is a gamble as many cans arrive dented through Amazon. Don't waste your time or money and go direct to the source. My main source is Grabill, Grabill, Country Meats, located in Indiana. They are excellent and no dented cans. Bread, folks can't say it enough. Start making your own. Good ingredients, no preservatives, and it makes the house smell so good. Buy a bread machine, but also learn how to make it in a Dutch oven near a campfire. It is upfront cost. It is an upfront cost, but in the long run, you will save money and the bread tastes better and lasts longer. Yes, learn how to cook with Dutch ovens. Very important in a grid down situation. Vegetables, lots of options here. Basically, hit farmers markets, hit Amish stores. Yes, you're going to pay a little bit more, but your product is definitely better and it's going to last longer. This is Lincoln, Nebraska. It was a fire at an ADM soybean processing plant Tuesday night. I live in Arizona and I live in an urban community. We have the increased rates of break-ins, and this community used to be safe. Now we have an increased car theft, and also communities around us also have been a lot of break-ins too. Thanks for your boots on the ground every day, and I've been building up my family prep. This is North Carolina. Our local food line is pretty well stocked. Most of the long-term pasta cans, etc. goes fast. Most of the meat prices are up around 30 to 40%. Regular groceries are up 20%. Our gas is coming down. Last price was $3.59. Another employee at my daughter's Walmart in the Asheville area told me that they do have some winter stuff in the back, but they have to clear out the summer stuff first that is left. She also told me that they have a new app for putting items on clearance, and that is not ready yet, and they can not reduce items any further until it's online. She said most summer things will be significantly reduced once this happens. I'm in southern New Mexico. Without going into too much details, recently I knew I was being approached by a homeless transient man. I kept my head on a swivel, and I'm very aware of my surroundings. I turned, put my hand out like an old traffic cop, and said in a firm voice, "Don't even come over here." He moved laterally, and again I put my hand out and repeated firmly, "Don't even come over here." He kept his distance. He asking for change, which he didn't get, then started walking away. I had 2 canisters of pepper spray immediately available, but I didn't even have to display either of them. I'm 65 and female. I know from my police officer days, training, and statistics that people who are vigilantly aware of their surroundings are less likely to be targeted by those who are distracted or walking with their nose in their phone. I hope your viewers will practice being aware at all times. It is important, especially these days. If you're in public and you're texting, you're walking and texting and looking at your phone, you are wrong. Do not do it. If you're going to have to look at your phone, stop, look around, make sure there's no one around, do your business, and then start walking. You have to be vigilant today with crime. This is something that I think you and your viewers should be aware of. Disney has come out with a new cartoon show called Little Demon about a teenage girl who is the Antichrist. It has satanic images and storyline. I think all parents and grandparents, especially those with small children, need to be aware. We know that the left are evil, but this is just beyond belief. It's another way in which they're coming for our children. I did not verify that story, but Disney does come out with things that I don't approve of. This is a weird one. I don't have much information for you, but they wanted to pass along that Walmart plans on phasing out the deli sections within their stores. No idea. Let's see if we can get some more information. Or is it just some local delis that will be shut down? I don't know, but that's what I'm putting out. So let's try to verify this. We knew $1 large sodas wouldn't last forever. And I can't remember what, I think it was McDonald's. They went from $1 to $1.49 overnight. So everything is going up, but that's a 50% increase in price. Hi, I'm in central New York. Just contacted our oil company for the pre-buy price of heating oil. We pre-bought 500 gallons last year at $2.95 a gallon. This year, the pre-buy price is $4.40 a gallon. They are also offering a locked-in price of $4.50 a gallon. The current price is $4.18. After getting the price, I said to the customer service rep, these prices are scary if this is where we are headed. The rep confirmed by saying, it is. So get your oil, get your propane, get it on a list, get your coal, get it now. Went to Walmart for potatoes, and this is in York, Pennsylvania. A 10-pound bag doubled in price, was $5, now $10. I picked up the top bag, leaked all over me, rotten, smelled terrible. Picked up another one, same thing. Not an employee around to let them know of their potato smelly problem. This is Eastern Shore of Maryland. Wanted to report that electricity utility Delmarva Power has scheduled a 26% rate increase beginning October 1st. 26%. Hello. I'm from Buck County, Pennsylvania. I went to Walmart yesterday to get cottage cheese and dog food. Dog food kibble was short, but more importantly, the cottage cheese was all expired. I told the Walmart worker who was stocking that area, and she argued back, telling me she just put it out. I asked her if she checked the date. Then I showed her several of the containers, all expired. She called her boss and asked, why did you give us expired stuff to put out? Reply was, we had to get rid of it. Thankfully, because of boots on the ground, I remembered to check the date. My heating company called me for routine cleaning, which is unusual. We usually have to call them. The woman on the phone said people are declining service. I asked why. Since the program you pay a small amount monthly and most things are included. She said people are afraid of the expense if something is wrong. We are on oil heat here, and new oil burners cost a minimum of $10,000 for a new furnace. Please address the possibility of a UPS strike. The last one crippled the economy very quickly. Although it recovered quickly, now it will cause mass destruction on an already damaged economy. Yes, UPS is coming up on having to renew their contract, so they're in this debate and discussion. So hopefully they can work these things out. In April, I purchased a new item from Amazon and received it used, so I returned it. I live in a rural area, and so I had UPS pick it up at my house, which was free pickup. Fast forward to September 6th. I purchased a Christmas present for my son from Amazon that stated it was 15 inches tall, and I received a tiny 5-inch item. I went in and put an inaccurate description and started a return. I again put I wanted UPS to pick up at my home, and Amazon now charges $8 for UPS pickup. It's still free if you go and drop it off at a UPS drop-off. With Christmas coming, I think people should be aware of this new charges they have started. My husband received a very strange phone call from an energy provider for a survey. The survey seemed to have focus of our approving to have a Wi-Fi thermostat. Of course, we are against such thing, especially since what happened to the residents of Colorado recently. However, it makes us wonder if this will be forced in the future. My appointment was canceled today with a cardiologist. My first follow-up since heart failure 3 months ago. They said they had to do isotope dye to do the heart test. So I guess they didn't have it. So my name has been put in a list, and when they have it, I will be notified. She told me they didn't even know when they will be able to get it due to the supply chain issue. This is Northwest Arkansas, the Fayetteville, Arkansas area. I feed my dog dry dog food, a Purina product from Tractor Supply Company. I've done it for several years. I bought a 52-pound bag last week, and they will barely touch it. So their dogs will not eat the food. One threw up afterwards. I went to check the best by date on the bag. I was surprised to find at the date where it's supposed to be stamped, it was blank. I posted this information in several Facebook prepper groups, and the people replied having the same issue recently with the I think it's called Retriever. I guess that's the dog food name. And blank best by dates. Also had 2 people report blank best by dates on Purina dog food. For several years, I have been volunteering at a local pantry to help to distribute food to the low-income, elderly, and disabled. Last week, one church food pantry instructed the volunteers to let each family or person who receives food know that they now have to fill out a 3-page document because they will now only be able to go to only one food bank per month. They said if you go to more than one, that the government will be calling you and you'll be in trouble with the possibility of losing your benefits. If a church or organization buys food from the government-ran food bank, they are now requiring documentation of anyone who lives at an address, how much money they make, each person's name, social security number for each person, and if they are working a job and the name and number of place of the work they work. They want the church or organization to report to them who has picked up food each month. I told the church that most of these people have to go to several food pantries in order to feed their families. The food pantries give very little food, and much of it might be moldy bread, rotten fruit, half-rotten potatoes, sour milk, and what would really equal to about 1 paper bag of food. If these elderly and disabled are only allowed to go to one food pantry per month, many will starve. What happened to separation of church and state? When the church starts letting government take control of the food supply, then we will see a much quicker decline of health and wellness of the people. God help the hungry and hurting people as the government takes more and more control away from we the people. I'm a U.S. Army vet, Vietnam vet. I've been on a CPAP machine for probably 7 or 8 years. When I first got the machine from the VA, I was told to use distilled water in the water reservoir. But if distilled water was not available, to use purified water, but not to use tap water. The reason for this is there are less minerals in distilled water, as minerals in the water causes a mineral buildup in the plastic water reserve, which makes it more difficult to clean. There are more, I guess, minerals in bottled water, but there are way more in tap water. Early on, I decided to use bottled water, and it seemed to work out fine. I use white vinegar and a brush to clean. So if people can't get distilled water, regular bottled water will work just fine. And actually, in the worst case, tap water will do, but a lot more scrubbing will be needed. So, medical advice, follow whatever your doctor or medical professional tells you to do. But sounds like it's working for him to use different water and not the distilled water. I live in Harrisburg, Virginia. For the most part, our Walmart has fared well and been stocked, probably because we have a distribution center close by. But this is worse than during the height of the pandemic. It could just be worse too because it was Labor Day weekend, but I've never seen the hot bar at the deli empty ever. Another viewer had mentioned price changes on their cart on Amazon. This has happened to me too. Went to buy a 12-pack of Progresso soup for $22. Decided not to buy it right away, and the next morning the price jumped to $43. Needless to say, I took it out of my cart and checked it again a few days later, and magically the price went down again. So there you go, some boots on the ground. Continue prepping, continue preparing, show kindness and love wherever you can today. Thanks for watching.